Greetings! Today I'm going to be reviewing the Kershaw Scrambler 3890, and the box didn't fare well, and I'm not really sure what happened to it, but it kind of got beat up in transportation, but that's okay. I don't keep the boxes. After I do the reviews, the boxes get recycled, which is a good thing, because I'm trying to getting through some reviews so I can clean my shelf off of it. So here we have the Scrambler. It is a frame lock design, so this is one solid piece of steel on this side, and this side has a bolster, a liner, and a G10 scale. It is a two-position pocket clip, so you can do tip up, right, or left hand, which is a nice feature, and because it is a pure flipper, it is useful for southpaws to at least opening it. It's still a liner lock designed for a right-handed person, but if you're left-handed, I think you could probably open and close this thing without much of a difficulty, because I can kind of do it, but again, I'm not. There we go. I'm not left-handed, so if I were left-handed, that would be a whole lot smoother. Obviously, it's designed for someone who is right-handed. Even though this is a slightly awkward position, I can still do it. Closed construction, and this is absolutely and utterly superfluous. This machining they put in there, which kind of passes through, but I think it's really attractive. I didn't know about that when I bought it, and I'm like, wow, they went to some extra effort. I mean, it doesn't add anything to the construction, you know, makes it a little bit lighter possibly, but it's attractive, and they went an extra step, and I really like that. I really like that. The fit and finish on this is excellent overall. It's very comfortable. I'll admit it's a little heavy. It's actually slightly heavier than I normally carry, but it is an attractive blade, and one of the reasons it's attractive is because of that blade shape. That's just a very attractive blade shape. Look at that. Okay, got very slight hollow grind with a secondary bevel here, and it comes out of the box reasonably sharp, not shaving sharp, but quite nice. You got the Kershaw logo here. On this side, you also have the Kershaw logo on the clip. They'll do that. And I don't know if you can actually maybe read that. My camera isn't the best. I freely admit that. 3890 Kai patented China 8CR 13 MOV steel and RJ Martin design. Now, I know people there don't like 8CR 13 MOV steel. They think it's cheap, but it's better than generic 440, and this is a budget knife, so I have no problem with it. It has a nice swedge. I really like that look right there. That's just very attractive. There is no jimping on this blade at all, which I think is quite acceptable because of this nice deep choil. I mean, that's very comfortable. You're in no danger of going anywhere. And because of this, your thumb naturally goes there anyway, so cutting is very nice. And if you really needed to get in there and, you know, say do something like that, you can do it so very securely. Your thumb really locks into that spot. And if you need to do kind of like that, you can do that as well with complete comfort and security, because that choil is just so deep. It's very secure. It has a nice overall grind on it, which is a good thing. Sometimes you buy knives and the grinds aren't even. This one is. I appreciate that. The nice satin finish on this with the color coding. I mean, I don't really need the color coding, but it's well done, well executed, and even, which is a nice touch. This is a steel bolster, and this is one of the reasons this knife is so heavy. This thing really has some heft to it, and I know people who like that. So, again, your mileage may vary. As far as, give me a sec. Again, I'm doing this kind of a slightly awkward position. The blade is not perfectly centered, but not bad. I could probably mess with it a little if I wanted to get it a little more in the center, but since it's not touching the sides, I'm not going to worry about that kind of thing. Like as I said, it's a frame lock and nice, distinct machining. There is no stop here. I know that a lot of frame locks, they'll put something in here so that you can't push on this too far and weaken it over time. This doesn't have that, so you might want to be careful about not putting too much pressure onto the lock when it's when you're removing it. Just opening it up just enough to disengage the lock. As far as the lock, you've got a good 60% lockup on there, so that's very solid. You got no play in either direction, which is nice. I don't remember what I paid for this. I apologize. I bought it a while ago. I have things that have been sitting here waiting to be reviewed for like a year. I'm a bad reviewer. I apologize. On the day I filmed this, you may not actually see this video for months until I actually get it uploaded. But it's a nice shape, a nice design. It's a little too heavy for my taste. I freely admit that. And it's probably just a smidge bigger than I'm looking for, because you hold it in your hand and it comes beyond my hand, and that's a little bit larger than I want. Yeah, it does come with the lanyard hole. That lanyard hole's a little too small for a piece of standard 550 cord, but you could probably get a piece through there that had its internal lines taken out, so you could do that. And because it is in a position here, you can actually use that lanyard hole to put a fob on there and help it deploy it from your pocket. So that's useful. I also tend to use I have a magnet I carry with me, which is on a loop, and I just slide that in there, and if I feel I need to get something out of my pocket a little faster, I just have the magnet hooked right here, hanging off the hook, and I can just pull it right out of the pocket. And I use that as a lanyard, which I don't even need the hole. But that, again, that only works for me for a tip-up. I really prefer a tip-up because I feel that when you're deploying a knife, you should really have your fingers, depends if you have a thumb stud or you have a flipper, when the knife comes out of your pocket, your fingers should be in the position to deploy the blade. So either here or here. If you're using a thumb stud, you're doing that kind of an action. To my mind, that's why I like the tip-up design. And why I think that, because if I have to pull it out this way and I have to go and turn it around, that's awkward and slow. So I prefer this. So overall, an excellent design. A little on the heavy side, but something that I think belongs in any collection of Kershaw knives if you are a fan. And if you're looking for a decent, not overly expensive knife, and you like a little heft to it, and you like something that's maybe, on a medium-sized blade, this is definitely something I recommend.